Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Today's story is really something that could shake up the NFC West and honestly has the potential to be a game changer for the Seattle Seahawks. We're talking about a hypothetical yet very plausible trade that could see the Seahawks bolster their pass rush significantly, and it involves none other than Jonathan Greenard. If this trade were to happen, something that's been floated around in NFL circles, it could be a strategic move that could elevate Seattle's defense to new heights and give them a real shot at contending for another Super Bowl. So buckle up, because this isn't just speculation. It's a scenario that could reshape the division and the conference. Let's start by talking about Greenard himself, because this guy is no ordinary player. He's an ascending talent, a true pass-rushing specialist who in just a few years has shown he can be a difference maker. Greenard, who wears the 48 jersey, has already established himself as one of the most promising edge rushers in the league. And if you look at his career stats, 250 tackles, 25 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, these numbers tell a story of consistent production. He's been a disruptive presence on the field, and his PFF grade, which has hovered around 85.0, shows just how highly regarded he is by the analytics community. In 2024, Greenard's impact was undeniable, earning him an All-Pro nod, which is no small feat. And in 2025, so far with just 5 games under his belt, he's maintained his level of play. 8 solo tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and a PFF grade of 82.3. These are impressive numbers for a player still ascending. His pass rush grade of 80. 5 run defense at 78.4. And a pressures total of 12 with a pressure rate of 14% make him one of the most consistent and effective edge rushers in the league right now. And importantly, he's been healthy. No serious injuries so far, which is crucial for a team looking to add a dependable piece to their defensive puzzle. Now, the reasoning behind this potential trade is quite compelling. The Minnesota Vikings, currently sitting at a 3-2 record as of October 18, 2025, have been a team in flux. Their defense, which typically is a strength, is giving up about 21 points per game, acceptable but not outstanding. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, with a significant amount of cap space, around $15 million, and a draft capital that they're willing to leverage to get younger and more dynamic. They're also a team that's somewhat skeptical about their quarterback situation, especially with Darnold's EPA per pass sitting at just 0.18, indicating they're not entirely sold on their current offensive direction. In this scenario, the Vikings are prioritizing assets for their long-term rebuild, and part of that includes freeing up cap space, about $8 million, that could be used for future signings or draft investments. They're also being pragmatic about their NFC North competition, which has been unpredictable, and they're not afraid to shake things up to get a leg up. So while they're currently 3-2, they're also aware that their defense could use some reinforcements, especially in the pass rush. And that's where the Seahawks come into play. Seattle, after a few seasons of trying to rebuild and retool, is looking for ways to push their Super Bowl window open wider. Their pass rush, historically a strength, has shown flashes of dominance, but they're always looking for that extra piece to turn good into great. With the injury to Tariq Woolen, who is currently on injured reserve with a season-ending knee injury, the Seahawks have been looking to bolster their secondary and pass rush. Greenard could be that missing puzzle piece, adding immediate pressure off the edge, helping to contain quarterbacks and creating chaos in the backfield. The projected impact of adding Greenard to the Seahawks is significant. Based on current trends and his career trajectory, it's estimated that he could add around 12 sacks this season, an increase that would make him one of the league's top pass rushers. Plus, he'd generate roughly 35 pressures, which significantly impacts a quarterback's comfort and timing. His pass rush win rate would likely jump by about 20%, making him a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. This kind of production could reduce the points allowed per game from around 20 to about 17, a substantial improvement that could be the difference in many close games. Let's not forget that Greenard's addition would also elevate the Seahawks' overall defensive efficiency. His win rate against double teams, which currently hovers at around 11%, would see a notable increase. That means he'd be winning his battles more often, freeing up teammates and creating more one-on-one opportunities. The combination of his sack production and pressures would not only boost the pass rush, but also help improve the run defense, making Seattle's defense more balanced and dangerous. Now, imagine the implications for the Seahawks' playoff push and their Super Bowl aspirations. Their odds, which were at plus 1,800 earlier in the season, could see a significant improvement, potentially moving to around plus 1,000. That's a real shot, especially considering the NFC landscape, which has been somewhat unpredictable. The Seahawks, with a defense bolstered by Greenard, could become a real X-factor in the NFC, especially when facing tough divisional rivals like the Rams. In fact, a team with Greenard on the line could increase their win probability against the Rams by about 22%, turning games that might have gone either way into definite victories. It's also worth mentioning that Greenard's style of play is reminiscent of some of the best pass rushers in the league. His ability to win battles in one-on-one situations, combined with his high pressure rate and consistent sack production, makes him a player that defenses can build around. He's not just a flash in the pan. He's a proven commodity who can be the cornerstone of a pass rush that makes opposing quarterbacks think twice before dropping back to pass. From the Seahawks' perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. They have the draft capital, they have the need, and they have the desire to contend now. Greenard, with his proven track record and high PFF grades, fits the bill perfectly. He would immediately become a leader on the defensive front and add a level of explosiveness that Seattle desperately needs. Plus, with the Seahawks aiming for another deep playoff run, having a player like Greenard could be the final piece to push them over the edge. On the flip side, the Vikings, while gaining a valuable draft pick in the second round of 2026, would be looking at a short-term sacrifice for long-term gains. They're betting that the draft pick, combined with the cap space and their current roster, can help them rebuild and retool for future seasons. But in the meantime, they'll have to face the reality that losing Greenard could weaken their pass rush, which is already a concern given their 3-2 start. So what does this all mean for Seahawks fans? It's exciting to think about the potential upgrade in talent on defense, especially at a position that has been a question mark at times. Greenard's addition would energize the fan base, give the team a new dimension on defense, and most importantly, boost their chances of returning to the Super Bowl stage. It's a bold move, but one that could pay dividends if executed well. The Seahawks have shown in recent seasons that they're not afraid to make aggressive moves, and this scenario fits right into that mold. And of course, it's all about the future. The Seahawks are building a roster that can compete now but also sustain success in the years to come. Greenard's young, ascending, and fits perfectly into that mold. His presence on the line would not only improve their immediate results, but also set a foundation for a dominant defense that could carry them deep into the postseason. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in conclusion, folks, this hypothetical trade involving Greenard to Seattle is not just a fantasy. It's a move that makes a lot of sense for both sides. The Seahawks get a proven pass rusher who can change games, and the Vikings get a valuable draft asset to help fuel their rebuild. Whether this happens or not, it's clear that Seattle is looking to capitalize on opportunities to strengthen their roster, and Greenard would be a perfect fit. The NFC West is already competitive, but with a move like this, Seattle could jump even higher, making themselves a serious contender in the NFC. The road to the Super Bowl is always tough, but with strategic moves like this, the Seahawks are showing they're ready to fight for it again. So keep an eye on this story because it might just be the beginning of something big for Seattle. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Hawks.